Level our mountains. I'm getting to the age now, I want to enjoy my grandchildren a little bit. It's my swan song.
All right, Hokey, you ready on this north side?
Yeah, on northeast coming up.
The first job is to take up the slack on all 4 strand jacks and check there's equal tension in each one. Once this has been done, Hokey is ready to start the lift.
All right, Hokey, I'm ready.
Al Hoffman operates the hydraulic pumps.
Coming up. Ready? Let's go.
It's a tense moment. Nothing must go wrong. 470 tons of steel, the culmination of years of work, are about to be lifted into the air. The 4 hydraulic strand jacks raise the load 18 inches at a time. A steel cylinder or ram pulls up the metal strands in 18-inch strokes. The strands are then locked in place by internal wedges, and the cylinder is retracted, ready for the next stroke.
As the ram is pulling the cable up, the wedges are loose. Once the ram stops pulling the cables, then all of the pressure from the heavy lift is pulling the cables back down. And inside the ram are wedges. And as the heavy lift pulls the cables down, it pulls those wedges tight and holds them in place. Then they lower the ram, seat the ram again, and then start the whole process over again.
After every stroke, it's crucial that the pressures on the jacks are checked. Each corner of the load has to be supported equally to make sure that the load doesn't get dangerously off balance.
I want an elevation reading and a pressure reading from both of you.
Nick Greco is responsible for making sure that the jacks are working in unison.
Perfect, perfect. Right now I'm just monitoring the pressure differences between the jacks. We're maintaining a 2,000 PSI pressure at each jack, which equates to a 500-ton load. Also, we're monitoring the elevation difference. That way this doesn't get out of whack and cause a twist within the assembly.
Once the bascule sections have been lifted free of the barge is taken away to be returned to Florida. With the load hanging over the channel, it's a dramatic sight for the team.
That is cool. This is awesome.
Now that the barge has been removed, Hokey comes up top to manage the lift.
Nick! I want to go 5 strokes this time before we do anything. We'll do 5 strokes. You just monitor it. And we're going to do 5 strokes. If it gets way out of whack, you let me know.
Okay. Ready? Let's go.
Coming up. We're coming up. Looking good. Everybody's level at 62.5. They're about 2 inches behind. We're going to level it out on the next stroke. 500 tons.
It's 11:15. We're into our 18th stroke. We have another 42 to go. Things are going good. The pressure readings are what we expected. Everything's performing as expected, including the men.
How about you, Bob?
2,100 PSI, elevation 28 foot 11 and a quarter.
Everything seems to be going according to plan, but as the spent cable is fed through the jack, it starts to dangle freely, posing a serious hazard.
What? Joe! Get with him and get that cable off that bottom flange before it goes in them holes and we got problems. Watch your fingers, Andy. You got to get a rope down here and pull it back or whatever. Get that rope off that bottom flange.
The U.S. Coast Guard has sent a gunboat to protect the channel during the lift.
Hey, Al!
But one boat has got through. It's a moment of light relief for the bridge builders.
They're ahead by 2 inches here.
At midday, the bascule leaves reach the bottom of the girders.
We almost got a bridge.
This is the most critical point of the lift.
Another 18 inches to go. It's going to get tighter.
For the final stages of the lift, Hokey decides to use only 3-inch strokes. he doesn't want to overshoot.
Do it in 3-inch stages, go up 3 inches at a time, and let's watch the gauges. Watch the gauges.
The lift happens in smaller and smaller increments.
What do you got?
It's almost level.
All right. Al, let's come up on this one 2 inches.
Watch that pressure. 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 We're still 1.5 inches low.
1.5. 1 inch. Both of them. How much you got to come up? How much more do I need to come up before you put that in? Andy, are you level though? Yeah.
Almost there.
So we got to come up like about 3/8 of an inch. Whitey, is it even? Just leave it the way it is.
After 6 hours, it's finally there.
That's good, thank you. Good work, guys, really. Good job. Hey, good job, guys, really.
It is a bridge now. It's an American bridge.
Sure took a long time, but we got it licked now. It's been challenging, very challenging. You know, the guys that's working on it will be very proud of it. I mean, it's one for the history book.
All that remains is for the bascule sections to be bolted into place.
It's a monumental day. You never realize that you're going to get to this point. It always seems so far away, and we finally made it here. This is monumental. This is absolutely one of the high points of my career.
Very proud moment, landmark for all of the construction workers, the 1,000 workers we have out there right now throughout the width and breadth of the project, and their contributions over 6-7 years, and finally being able to see that product, and 20 years from now, tell our kids I was part of it. I mean, that's what it's all about.
This pair of bascule leaves will soon be joined by a second pair, and the first half of this monumental bridge will be open for traffic in 2006.
Well, I hope they look at it that some kind of a monument to Washington, D.C. I mean, it's going to be a nice looking bridge.
For the kings of construction, it's a triumphant achievement.